What's up, guys? We got some big news today with some new cards announced from Infinite Forbidden, and this has big implications for both the branded deck and dragon decks like Dragon Link. So I want to go over those with you guys, and then I have a branded combo for you at the end of the video once we go through these cards to show you how you can very easily summon this card on your branded end board for 3 Omni-Negates. On top of whatever you're setting up with Mirror Jade. So let's go ahead and take a peek at these new cards. First of all, they're coming out in Infinite Forbidden, which come out in the TCG in the middle of July this year. First, we have a Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. So this is a fusion monster, level 10. And the materials require 1 level 8 light dragon plus 1 level 8 dark dragon, and it must be fusion summoned. So, we're going to see some new cards come in the next couple reveals, but first of all, Bystial Lubellion is an easy light dragon monster to use, and then there's a lot of level 8 dark dragons we can consider, like Albion, both Albions actually, particularly for the branded deck, are going to come to mind. Then we have Chaos Dragon Levianeer as another option for if you're playing the Dragon Link deck, right? So yeah, we definitely have some good options that we can play without clogging our deck with bricks to make up these materials. But anyways, this card must be fusion summoned. Then number 1, while this card is on the field, it's also dark attributes, so it's both light and dark at the same time. Number 2, once per chain, when a spell or trap card or monster effect is negated, quick effect, this card loses exactly 1000 attack and defense, and if it does, negate the activation. Now note that this is a mandatory effect, so anything that is activated, including by yourself, if you activate something, you will have to negate it with your own card, which is kind of tough, so you just have to plan around that, just like Light and Darkness Dragon if you're familiar with the main deck monster. But anyway, yeah, so you get 3 Omni-Negates because this card has 3000 defense, and therefore the most it can lose is 3000, and then we will be able to have that on our end board. Number 3, if this card is destroyed by your opponent, you can target 1 dragon in your graveyard and special summon it. You may be thinking, oh no, it can target itself. No, this card must be fusion summoned, so it will have to summon out something else. But in branded, if you can dump like an Albaz to your deck, if they destroy this thing, you'll get a free Albaz back and then be able to fuse off with that Albaz, and that could be huge. So yeah, this is the highlight of the reveals. Let's go through the other ones now. This is a quick play spell, Dragon's Glory of Light and Dark. Activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect, shuffle 1 level 8 dragon monster from your hand into the deck, and if you do, add 1 level 8 dragon monster with a different attribute from your deck to your hand. So if you have Bystial Lubellion, you can search like Albion or Levianeer, or if you have Levianeer or Albion, you could search a Lubellion to your hand, which is kind of cool. The next effect, target 1 dragon monster you control. It gains attack equal to its level times 200. So this is kind of just a bonus effect. I think the top effect is the highlight, but this card has enough flexibility to be used in damage step to just run over random stuff or take your opponent by surprise. And this is not limited to level 8 dragons. You can also use it on smaller dragons as well. And then the last one, when a card or effect is activated that targets a dragon monster you control, negate that effect. So this is also kind of nice just to have as a backup. Maybe you're summoning Albaz, discarding to fuse, and they have Imperm or Valor. You can use this to dodge. So that's something kind of neat. Next card, Dark End Evaporation Dragon. So this is a retrain of Dark End Dragon, the Synchro monster. You can only use 1 and 2 effect of this card's name each once per turn. And this is a level 8 Dark Dragon, by the way. You can banish 1 level 8 Dragon monster from your extra deck. Special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except dragon monsters. So this is splashable in any deck, but you're going to be dragon locked. So all you have to do is play a level 8 dragon monster in your extra deck. Whether or not you intend to ever summon that is, doesn't matter, but this can be splashed anywhere as an extender. Number 2, you can activate one of these effects. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. So this is kind of neat because we can just summon out the Light and Darkness Dragon Lord that we just read over. Or you can summon out probably Borreload Furious Dragon is going to be another major target, because The Borreload Furious requires 2 Dark Dragons, and this is one of them, so that's kind of cool. And then the other effect is target 1 attack position monster. This card loses exactly 500 attack and defense, and if it does, destroy the target. So this is really nice removal, you know, something neat that you can kind of tech in if you don't need your extra deck or you don't care about being dragon locked or anything like that. You can always splash this in somewhere. The next one is similar, Light End Sublimation Dragon, level 8 Light Dragon, you know, the Dark End counterpart. You can only use 1, 2, and 3 effects of this card each once per turn. Number 1, you can banish 1 level 8 dragon monster from your extra deck, special this card from your hand, and you're locked into dragons. So same summoning condition as the Dark End Dragon. Number 2, during your main phase, again, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters in your hand or field as material. So again, you can make the Light and Darkness Dragon that we read over a minute ago. You can't make Borreload Furious with this one because this one's a light dragon. But of course, it doesn't say you have to use this as material. You can just fusion something else. So I'm trying to think if there are any other good fusion targets that can use a level 8 light dragon. That might be interesting. And then number 3, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can make this card lose exactly 500 attack and defense, and if it does, the opponent's monster loses 1500 attack. This is almost never going to come up because obviously if this effect will be relevant, your opponent just won't declare the attack anyway. So yeah, it's just a neat kind of bonus effect there. But anyways, we have one more to reveal. This one is Night Arm Dragon, level 3 Wind Dragon. So interesting, level 3 Wind. It's just a target for Tempest if you want to play Gold Sarcophagus, I guess. You can only use 1, 2, and 3 once per turn. Number 1, if you special a level 5 or higher dragon monster, so thinking Bystials, right? You can special this card from your hand. Okay. If this card is specialed, you can make its attribute and level become one of your banished dragon monsters. So if you can go like Bystial to banish a different Bystial, and then you can copy the level, then you can get 2 level 6s on board. I don't know, something. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target 1 dragon monster you control against 1000 attack. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. So this is relevant because it chain blocks, and if you go chain link 1, let's say you have like Druid Worm on board plus this guy, and you link them off into SP. You could go SP chain link 1, Druid Worm chain link 2, this guy chain link 3. Well, I guess you would need to target a dragon monster, but okay, instead of SP, say you made Hieratic Seals. Okay, you can go Druid Worm chain link 1, this guy chain link 2, and they can't respond to the Druid Worm send. So that's really cool. But yeah, that's all of the cards. I think that's what, 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here, all super neat. Now let's talk about this fusion one because I'm not a Dragon Link player, but I'm a branded player. So let's go ahead and check out how we can use this in an actual branded game. I went over to solo mode here, put together a branded deck, and let's see what we can make of this. So okay, so the combo we're going to be looking at requires I mean, I'm sure there are more versions, but this is the one I just thought of very quickly to get this card in use. We're going to need Aluber and Fusion Deployment. The other 3 cards don't matter, right? So we're going to go ahead and activate Fusion Deployment and summon out our copy of Cartesia, and then we're going to go ahead and normal summon our Aluber and activate effect to search our branded fusion, right? So obviously this is kind of fantasy, and like all branded combos kind of requires branded fusion to resolve, but just bear with me. Let me show you how we can actually summon out this this guy here, the Light and Darkness Dragon, on our normal branded end board. So for this branded fusion send, we're gonna obviously send Albaz to grave, and then we're also going to go ahead and send the Bystial Lubellion here, and then we can fusion summon our Albion the Branded Dragon. Neat. We're going to go ahead and activate our Albion the Branded Dragon, banishing our Aluber off the field and our Albaz, and then we're going to be able to bring out the Lubellion the Searing Dragon as usual. And now we can go ahead and declare this and sending one of our blank cards to graveyard. Here's Thrust in this case, and then we're going to have to chain our Cartesia to fuse away the Cartesia and the Lubellion itself to go into a Grand Guignol. We're going to summon that out in defense, and then our Lubellion is going to resolve, shuffling itself back to the extra deck and shuffling back the Albaz to the extra deck. to the main deck, and we're going to summon our Mirror Jade here. Okay, so this is all standard branded combo, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and send off our Albion to the grave and special summon our Lubellion, and then we can go ahead and use our Lubellion effect to place a copy of Branded Lost face up to the field. Oh, and I forgot, we need to activate the Grand Guignol. We need to activate the Grand Guignol. We're going to be sending our copy of Albion the Shrouded. So that's what we're going to be sending to the graveyard here. Now here we proceed to end phase, and we can go ahead and use our Albion the Branded Dragons effect to add a copy. We're going to add a copy of Branded in Red to the hand, and from here we can activate our Branded in Red, targeting our Albion the Shrouded Dragon because it's treated as Fallen of Albaz. We're going to add that to the hand, and then we are going to be able to banish that and banish our Bystial Lubellion off the field, and fusion summon our Light and Darkness Dragon Lord in attack mode here. So from here we can go ahead and activate our Branded Lost and search some other copy of follow-up. We can either search an Albaz for some reason, or we can for follow-up, or we can search a Quem for follow-up, or just go ahead and grab this Mercurier to hand just for an extra interruption once our Light and Darkness Dragon Lord has been spent through. Oh, also, we are not activating the Branded Lost because our Light and Darkness Dragon Lord would negate it. So we are going to go ahead and put that back to the top of the deck. And remember not to activate the Branded Lost. But anyways, probably before we activate this Albion, we should have added back our Cartesia to hand. Because again, if we wait till afterwards, or literally we can just do it before we activate the Branded in Red. So I bollocksed up the end of the combo there, but basically add the Cartesia back first, and then add the Branded in Red, and then go ahead and activate it and summon out our Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. So here our end board is now Mirror Jade, which we can't use because it will be negated, and then triple Light and Darkness Lord negate plus Grand Guignol afterwards. So, and then we have whatever 3 cards in hand that we want. So yeah, that's going to wrap up the combo here for the branded deck to summon out the Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. Just a really quick one. I'm sure there's different variations. Like I said, there's different targets that are level 8 light and dark dragon monsters. So we have Lubellion as our light. We also have the other Lubellion as our light, dragons. And then for our dark dragons, we have just a whole bunch of options like Titaniclad, Albion the Branded, Albion the Shrouded, any of those we have potential to use as materials, so you can kind of mix and match. We can also be using a Branded in white probably in some kind of combo, but always you have to summon this out at the end because you will negate your own stuff. So we were not going to be able to summon this to be able to protect from Ash, because obviously if we activate Branded Fusion, then this guy is not going to allow it to resolve. It's going to negate our own Branded Fusion, and Lord knows we do not need help negating our own Branded Fusion. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this is useful to you. Hope you're looking forward to Infinite Forbidden. Leave a like, sub to the channel, comment. We'll catch you later.